Hey, what's good? It's your boy Matthew Michael, and on last week's video of the 52-week options trading challenge, which also happened to be the very last episode, I received a lot of comments asking what all I had learned from the challenge. And honestly, it seems like a pretty fair question to ask because really that's what the challenge was supposed to be all about. It was supposed to be a learning experience. It was supposed to be about sticking to simple rules and growing my account by 10% each week, starting with $50 and ending up with $6,500. And no, we didn't do that, but that's what it was intended for. I intended on learning plenty throughout the way, and that I did. But it wasn't so easy. And yeah, I had to do it the hard way. I just got done watching all the episodes over again, and I took my iPhone and I tried to take notes of little thoughts I had when I was watching, little things that I learned, just little things that I saw that I wasn't doing right. So yeah, in this week's video, I'm just gonna read through my notes, kind of talk about my thoughts as I was watching through the series. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, so I'm looking at my phone right here, and the first thing that it says is, I broke so many rules throughout this challenge. I truly feel as though if I stuck to the plan, I didn't break any rules, and I stopped trading after I hit my 10%, that I would have hit the goal and the challenge would have been a success. But that's not what happened, so hey, we just gotta keep moving. The next thing I had typed down was kind of something I was thinking in the earlier episodes when I had just concocted the idea for the 52-week challenge. So what I wrote was, I'm pretty convincing. Watching through that series again, right off the back, I kind of have myself hooked. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, I definitely want to do this challenge again. I want to follow the rules a lot more strictly because I saw what happens when I give into my emotions and let everything happen. It was a whole lot of seesawing, and in the end, it did not end in my favor. So I feel like with structure and discipline, that things will go a lot better, and that I can be a pretty good marketer if it comes down to it. Because I'm gonna be real, if I was one of those guys that you saw in an ad before this video and I saw me talking about 10% a week for a year, ending up with turning $50 into $6,500, I would buy the course. No lie, I would buy into that just because of how convincing I sounded at the beginning of the series. The next thing that I have typed here is, I learned that I really need to stay disciplined. This is actually something that I still struggle with now, and because of that, I actually made something that I hope will help me make better decisions when I'm trading. We got it right over here. I made this today. Excuse my handwriting. My handwriting is kind of garbage. All the letters look terrible, but I made this sign today, and the sign says, "Don't be dumb," because I have made a lot of dumb decisions trading options. These are kind of just boxes that I want to be able to check before I hop into a trade. So from now on, when I make a trade, I want to make sure I have an exit plan. That's what this stands for. The exit in the question mark is, do I have an exit plan? I always want to go in with the exit plan, and I personally believe that having this exit plan that having this exit plan will help to provide a barrier to me losing money and making such emotional decisions. The next box that I want to check is this just one box, and this is referring to the number of contracts. Sometimes I'll buy a contract because I think it's going to move big. I'll buy more than one. I'll buy a lot at once. Sometimes I'll buy 5, sometimes I'll buy 10, depending on the price of it. And the thing is, when you have a high number of contracts, the value of an option can move quite a bit. So I really just want to start off with one, and if I think it's going to continue to do well, I may scale in, but this is just something I want to do, only buy one. And that's another box I like to check off. The last box right here, it says cash. What I'm asking right here with this box that says cash is there going to be a cash balance left after I put in on this option? Am I going to have a decent cash balance to be able to recover from what there's definitely a lot more that I need to do before I place a trade. But these are some that I feel should be involved in every single one of my trades. I feel that no matter what, under every circumstance I've been under, I should have an exit strategy before I go into the play. I should start off with just one and see how it does, because you never know what's going to happen. News comes out, just whatever can happen. And then I need a cash balance after, just in case it doesn't go my way. And then right here it also says, lock it in, boy. Okay, and the reason that it says to lock it in is because a lot of times I'll open up the day, I'll be up on my positions, and then I won't lock in the profits, hold on the position when I could have locked in the profits, and it'll look like the contract going to continue going up, but then it just goes down after that. So that's just me needing to control my greed and realize that I can lock in the profits, wait, and if it's going to go up, I can miss out on a little bit of profit. If it's going to continue running up, I can hop back in later, or I can just leave it alone and find something else. There is always going to be another opportunity to trade, and this is just something that I need to remember when I'm in these emotional states of mind. That being said, the next note that I have is, it's pretty similar to what I was just saying. The next note that I had was, there's always going to be another opportunity, so there's no need to chase a trade. And really throughout my time watching this whole series, there were a lot of trades that I tried to chase and a lot of profits that I missed because of it. And when you take the time to add all those up, it really resulted in the demise of my account. So going ahead, definitely a lot better to be late than to be wrong. If I miss an opportunity, I need to keep in mind that there's another one waiting. This right here is a big one that got me clapped. My portfolio bottomed out at $40 one week and then went as high as $2,000 that same week. And what happened with this was the market just took a steep dip. I thought it was just going to keep falling. And when it stopped falling and then started going up, I was holding puts. It kept seeming, and honestly still continues to keep feeling like the economy is just getting worse and worse and worse, but a lot of stocks and companies are hitting new highs. And honestly, it doesn't really make sense to me. I know the Fed can pump a lot of money in. So yeah, the big thing is the stock market can last a lot longer than me. It's definitely a lot better to trade with the market than trade against the market, because the stock market does whatever the heck it wants. And yeah, we just gotta be along for the ride. Another big thing that I learned throughout this challenge is Robinhood absolutely sucks, especially for trading options. There were numerous times that honestly I had about 2 or 3 days that this challenge could have been over. If I could have taken profits, the challenge would have been over, but Robinhood was completely shut down. So I missed my opportunity to take profits. Like, I could see the value of my portfolio, but I could not take profits. So it's definitely important to have other brokers. If not using the other brokers as your primary source for trading options, it's definitely important to have other brokers, because Robinhood absolutely is not reliable for options. But for some reason I still trade options with them. Honestly, I think it's the ease of their interface and just the fact that so many other people use it. So many beginners and a lot of you guys use Robinhood. It's just easiest to explain things to y'all on Robinhood. But I'm going to be real with y'all. If you're not buying and holding shares, Robinhood sucks. I'm going to leave it at that. The next note I have is human greed is really strong, and I personally feel like that was displayed so much throughout the series, and honestly so much throughout my comments. It's easy for me to check other people and say, yo, you might want to take profits. You're up kind of large on your position, could turn around and just die at any second. But then watching my videos, I saw that I did the same thing. I was greedy. I could have locked in profits. I didn't lock in profits. And when I hit my goal, I would even go and trade that money that's meant for the next week, even when I don't have any day trades or anything. Sometimes I would get lucky and grow it, but more often than not, I would lose it and I would have to work even harder. That's kind of how I got in the position that I put myself in, I think, in about April. Yeah, human greed strong. It's a killer. The next note that I have is I didn't really know how to sell a premium that well when I started the challenge. I knew the concept, but I didn't really know it that well. But looking back on this, even starting with the $50, I could have sold premium this whole time. Honestly, if I wanted to do a selling premium challenge, I could do that. I could do a selling premium challenge, get the 10% a week, and it would be a lot safer. And I could also still hit my goal. So that's just something I want to put out there. I may eventually do something like that, but if I do that, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of other stuff with it, because honestly, that sounds pretty boring to me. I consider it as fun, but it's definitely a lot more fun when you're winning than losing. So definitely have to have some other accounts to trade in if I'm just going to be selling premium. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with selling premium. It's actually fun selling cash covered puts and selling covered calls, which I don't really sell too many covered calls. I've only done it a couple times because I don't have much of a balance. But honestly, that's fun. But when it comes to having little money, it doesn't seem as fun to me. So I think that's part of the reason I got so greedy, because I wanted to get to a point where I can sell premium, make easy money, and have a lot of it. The next thing I have is consistency will take you far. I put this in relation to my channel because I saw a video where I was saying thank you for 500 subscribers. And It's kind of crazy to me, but when I started this challenge, I only had about 200 subscribers. And as I ended the challenge last week, I had just hit 11,000 subscribers. So I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who has been a part of this journey and say that I definitely would not be here without you. And it's crazy how much you can grow if you just stay consistent, stay persistent, and be honest. Y'all are here watching me learn. Y'all have seen me grow. And as time goes on, I've gotten better and better. And really the only thing that needs to be checked is my greed. I wish there was somewhere I could leave that behind, never to see it again, but it lurks around every now and then, and the longer I sit in front of a screen, the more it wants to come out in place. So I really may have to stick to making the 10% and then just chilling. So yeah, I think I have one more note. Let's see. And that is the fact that there is always something going on in the market. This is true. There is always something going on in the market. I'm really not sure if this is always true. I just know that for the year and a half that I have been trading options, that there has always been something going on in the market. Honestly, the whole time I've been trading, there's been no form of normal. When I first started trading, there was the whole China trade deal thing. We made the trade deal. I know they were making a big deal about that for over a year. We still haven't even completely completed the trade deal. Now they're talking about potentially calling it off. Corona, the presidential election, all that stuff. There's always something going on. So unless you're just buying and holding stocks, never get too comfortable in stocks. And if you have any options you're holding on the weekend, I hope you have some time on them, because honestly, there's no telling how they'll open on Monday. But anyways, I got through all my notes. I learned a lot more throughout the challenge that I didn't speak of in this video, but that's everything that I took down whenever I was typing notes when I was watching the series. So anyways, if you made this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. You are a real one. If you have any questions, comments, or anything that you'd love to see in the future, hey, drop a comment down below. I'll be sure to read and respond. I really appreciate everything that you do. And if for some reason you made it this far and you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. I make new videos every week, and I would absolutely love to have you as part of the family. And last but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching, and peace.